We're actually doing this. Why? We did the Quantum Realm episode for them. We don't need to do this too. Hello, welcome one and all to the 23rd episode of Dylan Explains Everything. My name's Dylan. In case you couldn't tell by the title, I'm the one explaining everything, including the topic of today, Crocs. Because we're running out of ideas. I'm going to be running through a lot of facts, so if you're curious as to where I get my information, be sure to check the description below for a list of links. So before I get started on how Crocs became so popular, especially with the younger generation now, first, what are Crocs? Well, I'm going to be discussing the shoes, Crocs, that people say are the most amazing thing since Phineas and Ferb. If you haven't been around younger kids recently, or you just don't know what Crocs are, they're basically plastic shoes that kind of look like sandals, but not really. They've got a bunch of holes in them that allow airflow, and they're made to be comfortable and functional. Crocs were invented in Colorado in 2002, and they were basically the same way they are today. They advertised functionality and comfort, not so much looks, but they were able to be not only on ground, but also underwater. Hence the name Crocs, after crocodiles who can do the same. They were instantly a big hit, especially with the younger generation, because they were good for every occasion and they were an emotional experience. Despite the simplistic design, there are tons of different kinds of Crocs, whether it be from color or the shape, and people love customizing them, meaning that the research team at Crocs, I have to give credit to for their amazing ability to research comfortable, healthy, functional, and customizable designs. The number one things that are in Crocs that make it different from other shoes is one, the holes, because it produces airflow, allowing you to have less stinky and just better off feet. And number two, the type of plastic that's used in it, which my producer has told me is not actually plastic, it's a material known as Crosslite or Levirex. It's supposed to be very lightweight and comfortable. The holes on the shoes also add for a flair of customizability. You're able to put things in these holes that give it an extra customizable feature. You can put things from pop culture pretty much anywhere in there, but I'll get to that later. Technically speaking though, that seems kind of weird considering that the holes are meant to support airflow and make it more lightweight and comfortable, so covering up those holes kind of defeats the purpose of them. Despite being made in 2002, the shoes didn't get patented until 2006 by a company with the same name, Crocs. Crocs also made several other types of shoes that all supported the same ideas: lightweight, comfortable, and functional. The customizability of the Crocs also allowed you to get variations that don't have holes in them, which to me kind of defeats the purpose of buying Crocs. Like, why would you buy something that's one unique feature is that it has holes if you're not going to get it with holes? Despite all this, people actually really like Crocs and they've become very popular. People especially like using them when they're doing stuff outside, but because of the way Crocs look, they've been given the name ugly shoes. Eventually, another company popped up to help out Crocs with their amazing new idea. This company is called Jibbitz, and it basically sold the things that I mentioned before that you put over the holes that have tons of unique designs on them. Eventually, Crocs just bought Jibbitz because of how close they were and how much Jibbitz had to do with Crocs. So now, most people own Jibbitz. If not, then they probably have heard of them for their Crocs. Eventually, Jibbitz stopped only making stuff for Crocs and started making things for phones, watches, wristbands, you name it. They're more interested in customizability for everything now than just Crocs. And Crocs have just been getting bigger and bigger over time, and right now, they're really popular. In 2019 alone, there were 350 locations selling Crocs, and Crocs made over $1 billion in sales. They have 300 million pairs sold since they've come out. Maybe you have Crocs, or at least know someone who does. In all, Crocs have always shown functionality, customizability, and comfort throughout their brand. And in 2007, people were saying that Crocs were taking over the world, and now I think they officially have. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video just as much as people enjoy wearing Crocs, and if you did, be sure to let me know, and stick around for next week's video, which always comes out Saturday at 10 a.m. And if you have any thoughts, questions, or suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comments below, and remember, my name's Dylan, and I explain everything. Goodness, why do I do these videos? We good now? Okay, great. I've got a society meeting in 30 minutes. I'm gonna need you to clean up for me. Thanks.